This is Mike Snyder at the Texas State Fair, and I've got to tell you, one of the most exciting places you can come is see the houses of tomorrow. And right now, we are in the remodeled house of tomorrow, and we're with Ralph Stow, who's with the Dallas Remodeling Group. And this is just an absolutely fabulous place. Look around in here. David Yates is behind the camera today, and David, just take a look at the ceiling for a minute. That is a ceiling, isn't it, Ralph?
Well, it's kind of a ceiling, yes. It actually is a full ceiling, but the house is built underneath the tent, and that's part of the objective of the remodel home of tomorrow, is to show people we can make a tent look good, we can make a house look even better.
It is hard for you to imagine this, but can you imagine what Ralph just said? Put your arms around this. We are in a tent, and I think this is fabulous what you have done with the tent. There's some folks in Saudi Arabia who would love to have this out in the desert, right? But the whole idea behind remodeling, as opposed to building new, what's the whole idea behind that?
Well, look, the whole idea is to improve your life. People love their homes. It's their largest investment. It's certainly their largest emotional investment. And so being able to improve your life, your lifestyle, the usability of your home makes great sense, particularly in this economy. You've got people who have lost jobs, worried about their jobs, not sure what the future holds. They're staying in their home longer, they're aging in place, and so being able to bring a little enjoyment, a little function and feature to the home is huge.
I think that when looking for home, I know what's happened to home prices. And a lot of people that may be in a home right now and may be kind of in that I want mode of moving and something like that, but they've looked at the prices and the real concern in their minds is, I really can't sell my house for what it's worth, but we would really like to have a new kitchen. The question to you is, obviously, that's the business you're in. You can design and build a kitchen for somebody. But is there more to the equation than just saying, well, if I do that, I can get this money out of my house?
There's a lot of considerations that go into remodeling in general. We try and work with our clients to understand what their budget needs are, but we also make some advice to them, give some advice to them on what value they're bringing into their home. This kitchen's a great example. We have some very high-end appliances in here, which you don't have to put in a really high-end Viking or even a Bertazzoni oven. We have appliances that are below that. So depending upon the neighborhood, the price of your home, where you're in your home, where you want to be, we remodel kitchens and bathrooms all day long at much lower prices, just to fit the neighborhood and to fit people's needs.
Let me pose a question to you. Are you out after putting value into your house or putting value into your life? And that's the kind of thing I was talking about with Ralph earlier was, you may indeed have this notion, well, gosh, if I spend all that money in the kitchen, I'm going to be able to get that money out. The question is, do you want to add value to your house? If you're going to end up having to stay there because you can't sell it in this environment, you say. So if I'm going to have to stay in this house, how can I bring value to my life? Not just value in terms of dollars, to the resale value. You probably will do that if you remodel a kitchen, right? But for the immediate side of this, instead of moving across town, the best house of your life may be the one you are in right now.
We say that all day long. The home you have may be the home you've always wanted, and our job is to expose that to you. We want to show you what the possibilities are in home. You don't have to spend a lot of money to really dress up a home and make it more functional. That's part of the beauty of this home, is you get to see a number of things that you can do in a home without spending any money.
Now, we are at the State Fair, of course, and folks are coming through, and we invite them to keep looking as we're looking, because you're kind of sharing this experience with us. But just to that point, that they don't have to spend a lot of money, let's start on the floor. David, can you give us a shot of this down here?
This is actually a porcelain tile floor. This is available at Dow Tile here in Dallas. They've been a great partner of ours in this project. You'll notice a very unique pattern on the floor. So we've taken a very modest tile that I think almost anyone can afford, but laid it in such a way that it really creates a dramatic entrance to this home, but without spending the bank.
Okay, so what kind of square footage price are we talking here? Do you have an idea?
It's probably in the single digits per square foot. I mean, I don't have an exact number for you, but I'll tell you, this is way less than a natural stone product. It comes in a lot of formatted sizes. We actually have this in 3 different rooms in the house, so you can see the same tile laid in different patterns from formal to rustic.
How durable is this kind of product?
Porcelain tile is among the most durable on the planet. You can almost do anything to this that you need to. David just showed you a picture of it. We've probably had 15,000 people on this floor in the last couple of days. So if it can stand up to this, it can stand up to anything.
Okay, there's something, and David, you're pointing at it right now. Might as well talk about it. You see this spot right here? This is a very interesting little piece that's cut out here to show this. Come ahead, ma'am. We're doing a program, but we'd like you to come on through so you don't have to wait in the door. Of course, we're at the State Fair here, and we're looking at this. This is the remodeled house of the future. Welcome. Glad to have you.
Well, at least I can get in here.
There you go. Yes, ma'am, you can. We're wheelchair accessible here.
Yes, we are.
What is this?
This is a floor warming system, and it's actually throughout this entire house. It's by carbonic heat. It's actually a carbon film on the floor, and what's really unique about it is when you lay floor warming systems in the past that had wires running through them, you were always afraid of cutting a wire or having a short. There's no wires, no shorts in this, and it actually heats very even. It can be put under tile or wood, and it's just a wonderful product that
Come ahead, sir.
that we've started using. And again, Mike, as you said, it adds value to your life because we're able to warm the floor and make it more comfortable.
And come ahead, ma'am, and see, we're rolling right over it with wheelchairs as well as scooters. Thank you for coming, ma'am. Welcome to our house of the future here. This is one of the things I think is interesting here is the notion that when you put this in, you're not talking days and days and days of construction, are you?
No, not at all. Once we're laying a new tile floor, this is going down in literally a couple of hours.
You're talking about putting a heated floor in and putting this tile, if you will, over the top of it in a matter of hours.
Clearly.
That's an incredible thing. So if we're talking about a bathroom, because a lot of people go, well, the only place I want to heat my floor is guess where? The bathroom. If I wanted to put this in my bathroom, and say I've got a bathroom that's 8 to 10 feet wide and 12 feet long, how much are we talking to do something like that?
You know, it depends on the specific bathroom, but I'll tell you, it's probably under $1,000 to be able to do your typical bathroom with this floor warming system, and that includes a thermostat on the wall and the electrical work. And the beauty of this is a tile layer can actually put this down. It doesn't require a specialty crew.
And you want to talk about improving your life? How about getting out of the shower and not stepping on a cold floor? Boy, that's my cup of tea.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's move into the kitchen here, and I want to talk about the appliances, but I'm really swept away about, believe it or not, these countertops. These countertops that are both over the sink and the island areas, this is gorgeous stuff, and I mislabeled it when I first saw it. I said, what is this, concrete? And David Yates told me, he says, no, Snyder. He says, this is an Italian product, and it's quite amazing. Can you tell me about this?
Absolutely. It's called Santa Margherita. It's actually a quartz surface. It's 98% quartz. The rest of it is resins. It's very dense. It won't stain. It won't chip. It's heat resistant. The beautiful thing about a man-made surface like this, most of them are very flat and smooth, which can be great in some environments. This does look like a soapstone or even a slate. It has a nice surface to it.
Yeah, I was noticing that. It's variegated. It's not, folks, this is not flat. When you rub your hand over the top of this, like this, you can feel the texture on this, and this is a really wonderful feeling count.
And it comes in large slabs just like granite does. You manufacture the countertop just like you would granite. Again, it's just a wonderful product. We actually have it on our fireplace around back over here as well.
Oh, really? Let's walk over there and see that, David. Because I did not know that was also the same product. That's smooth product right now?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the same thing in a little bit of a different color. The nice thing is, again, for a fireplace around, we want a complete piece. We don't want seams. We're able to cut that out of the Santa Margherita product, and it really makes a beautiful accent to this 150-year-old barnwood that's up here.
Ralph, it looks like slate.
It does look like slate.
Okay. Well, I want to come back to this room in a few minutes, but I thought since we were talking about that product, we'd stay there. But I want to stay in the kitchen for just a minute because, quite frankly, when I look at the wall, I had never really thought of putting tile on the wall, Ralph. And I know that if I had made such a suggestion to my wife before I came over here, because of course we're always thinking about doing something in the kitchen, she would have never thought about this. But I got to tell you, this is kind of cool.
It's striking. Denise McGahey Designs came up with this idea. We call this hex or penny tile. We've covered the entire wall in it. It's actually a grouted tile and really is a beautiful accent.
It's the stuff that comes in sheets, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And these are Lexan shelves, about 1 3/4 inch thick. And a lot of people.
How are those attached?
Well, they're actually attached much like when you frame a window. We framed the back of the wall, and a lot of people are thinking these are light duty shelves. I think you could jump up and down on these.
No joke. And, I mean, I'm a pretty heavy guy, and I got to tell you, that's in there good.
So it's again something maybe that people haven't seen before. It's a unique way to display your goods up here, or just simply a nice clean kitchen.
It opens it up. You don't have a glass-fronted cabinet.
Yep.
You have glass that's almost floating and is displaying. That's a pretty cool thing. Now we move around, and of course we have a top-end sink. This is what kind of a sink is this called? Is this a barn?
It's a Blanco sow granite sink. Sow granite is very popular. It is crushed granite. It's very smooth. These are some of the most popular. It comes in a whole sink like this, a 50-50, a 60-40. They have prep sinks. Blanco sow granite sinks are just wonderful.
And there's something, I've got to tell you, this is, do you have anybody in your house that likes to slam doors? You know, on cabinets and things like that? Watch this. I love this. Okay. Oh, I did. I actually slammed that one. I didn't mean to. Is that not one?
You know, some of them are actually,
There we go.
we've got them featured.
Okay, there we go. See, you can defeat the system, but I'm not supposed to do that. But the whole idea is that these, how do these do this? You explain better than
Sure,
what
they
I do.
actually have a gas shock in them, so once you open the cabinet door, the gas shock takes in and it just lets it out a little bit at a time, and you can see soft close. Almost all the cabinets in
Does
the
it
house.
do that for the drawers too?
Absolutely. If you just toss them, they take and close on their own.
Okay, this is the Snyder test. We're going to see whether or not it really does this. Here we go.
Look at that.
Oh, I love it.
See, almost
see.
anyone can do that. This cabinet line by Woodmont Cabinets is just phenomenal. They've thought of so many things to make your life easier. It's incredible. Typically, in a 90-degree angle in the kitchen, you'll find cabinets that are deep that don't have anything in
Now,
them.
we've got a corner. There's no way I can get to the back.
Right,
there.
so you've got a lazy Susan on 2 different shelves to be able to get in there. Really makes it convenient. Over here beside, these are small cabinets where typically we put a cookie sheet or a baking
Yeah.
sheet. Now we've got pull-out racks.
Instead of trying to shove them all the way back in there, and you and I both know that doesn't work very well.
And then
This is the one I wrote. You want to get, you got lots of spices, lots of jars, little jars and things that don't need the refrigerator. Is this not cool?
we've always had these up, and all you notice when you look in a spice cabinet, all you can see is the front of a couple bottles. This lets you adjust these shelves, take shelves in and out, place to store other spices. And anyone that has kids or has had kids in the past will recognize this is the big drawer that we keep the Tupperware or pots in. What they've got is a secret hidden drawer up here for the tops to make it very accessible.
Oh, man,
And
do
again,
I like that.
the soft close here is just the best thing in the world.
I got to tell you, that's a marriage saver right there.
That's a marriage saver.
Okay. In this kind of a program, we have to do one extravagant thing. Okay, we got to do something extravagant. And in the kitchen is a Ferrari. It's not exactly a Ferrari, but it is. Tell me how.
Absolutely. This is a Bertazzoni oven. They're very unique. This is probably the most sought after oven in the world.
And there it is right there. That badge is a big deal in the cooking business.
It is. This is actually a Ferrari paint color here. My understanding is that all of their ovens are offered in the Ferrari paint colors and actually painted in the Ferrari factory. But it's just top of the line. Ferguson Supply brought all of these to us, and you can see these on display at their showroom down in the design district.
So yeah, and now we're talking, you know, multiple thousands. But you can imagine, you can put a KitchenAid in here. You can put any brand that you want to. But the whole point is you're getting a flavor of the possible here in the kitchen. And here's the neat thing about this, is that this can be done on a budget. When somebody comes to you, how, first of all, do I know that you are really going to be the person that really will do me a good job and not rip me off as a remodeler? Because look, the horror stories are out there, Ralph.
They are.
And how do I know that you guys are going to do what you say you're going to do if I hire you to come do my kitchen?
Perfect. Well, first thing, we're going to meet you one-on-one. I mean, I think that's remodeling is like being married. You need to really get to know the person you're going to work with.
Yeah.
We're members of the Better Business Bureau, but we have literally thousands of references, and I'm happy to give every client we've ever worked for to people. Let them call them on the phone. That's the best thing you can do, is tell people how we work. Remodeling is fraught with errors. There's always things going to come up. It's not a question of whether you're going to have issues, but how is the remodeler going to deal with that?
Do your homework.
Do your homework on it. So we do everything we can do to put all of our information out for consumers to see. And we like our consumer to stay in control of the process.
One final question, and then we're going to break for this segment, is, you know, people are going to go, oh my God, you're showing me a room that's going to cost me $100,000 to remodel. Do I have to spend that kind of money to really remodel my kitchen and make a difference in my life?
Oh, absolutely not. One of the beauties of remodeling is we get to see all these products. We go to shows throughout the year to find products that fit every single price level and every budget. One of our companies, we do bathrooms in 2 days. We literally remodel entire bathrooms in 2 days.
In 2 days?
Very affordable prices. And then we have other clients that would like to have bathrooms done over a 3 or 4 week period of time because we're doing something much larger. So absolutely, there's not a one-size-fits-all. This is all about finding the right budget for the right
Ralph Stow, thank you so very much. And again, we're out here at the State Fair with David Yates and, of course, Home and Garden Radio. And the most important part for you to do is to come out here to the State Fair of Texas. Come and see the homes of tomorrow. See what's possible. We're going to have more of these programs out on the internet for you to see so that you can enjoy just what the art of the possible is. Come back and see us right here with David Yates and Mike Snyder out at the State Fair of Texas.